Alright, hello and welcome back once again. This time I started up with doing once again a few chests of Barrows, just around 10 pieces of those, with total of around 310 chests at this point. After this I decided to find something else to do. I got myself Witchwood icon and started to head towards Cave Horrors to get myself a black mask, which I needed for extra Slayer helm required for one stash unit. Continuing up with the stash unit project I had started already. So I headed to Mostly Harmless with my new Witchwood icon. I haven't been there for a long time as well, so I had to check it out a little bit. There is a dungeon middle of the map showing us where to head towards. Dungeon isn't too far away from the teleport location of Mostly Harmless, and when you get inside you need a light source with you. After this you only have to grind out the black mask from the cave horrors themselves. Drop rate is around 1 in 500, so it might take a little while to grind out, especially if you don't get too lucky at the start. To help you out, herb sack, game bag and seed boxes are useful at this activity to collect more items from your trips and allowing you to bank less if you don't want to waste resources. While going through the stash unit requirements, I also noticed I need a new sword from Varrock from Sir Pusin, so I can get an extra copy of the Silverlight sword. This is required in the Skotitso boss entrance area, where you can store it for Master Clue. Getting my Silverlight and combining it with Ancient Shards give you Arclight sword, which is the item stashed with the Amulet of the Damned from Shades of Morton minigame, is the item combination required. Next I went to get myself a tire mold from Alcarid, since I didn't remember it's also stored in the house, and went to craft myself one extra tire and went to combine it with Nature Altar to have myself a Nature tire done. And moving towards the fifth, whatever the fuck it is, with prior for the stuff you can store one more stash unit to complete it. This unfortunately means losing my prior for the stuff basically, since I'm not gonna get it for just alching from there. Once more there is another additional stash unit filled, and it's time to return to Cave Horrors once again. After several hundred more kills, I finally got myself done with this grind, as at kill count of 414 I finally had my black mask drop, and there is really not anything else to gain from here except resources, so it's time to find myself another thing to do. Also, I had quite nice amounts of herbs for myself to bank with some nature runes, horror heads and stuff like that. And continuing with the black mask drop, it's time to head planning another ideas and crafting the Slayer helmet, of course. In the meanwhile, it's time to head for Warriors Guild to get myself an Dragon Defender and Dragon Battle Axe from the bank, and to fill up the stash unit with the items required for the stash. After this, I had an idea to head towards the Brine rats of the Fremenniks. From these I am planning to get myself a Brine Sabre, which is an item required 4 stash units and another collection log. Unlocking. To Brine rat grind, you should grab your ratbane weapon if you have one, tinderbox and a couple pieces of logs to make yourself fire. Grinding out the rats gives you mostly noted items, few runes and raw fish. And with the logs and tinderbox you can obviously make fire and cook the food to increase your trip duration. With just a few logs I managed to get myself around 500 kills per trip with this planned gear and item setups. With Brine Sabre the drop rate is also around 1 in 500, but I got really unlucky with this grind and ended up killing over 1200 rats before I finally got myself the lucky drop. With the grind I totaled with nice amount of noted food for extra trips to do on the lower level enemies, some runes and a few clue scrolls. Not too great but not too bad either. Now it's time to do some more clue scrolls, obviously. From the first one I got myself lucky and got myself Samurai cloak, which unfortunately is a duplicate however. Meanwhile I was doing some of the wilderness steps. I also decided to go and build one stash unit ready next to the resource arena and to the lava dragon isle in the deep wilderness. I went to kill the samurai wizard at the greater demon ruins to continue with also hard clue step I had stored in the bank. I got only some alchables and some gas from that one. Then I went to build some more stash units in the Walamo area to reduce the amount remaining. Got myself another bad clue scroll and went to eventually do some sailing by just doing mostly diving and completing the once in a lifetime completable objectives and charting and docks and whatever else, things like this have to be done just once per account. I also went through a couple of deliveries to get myself some extra XP as well, and as you can see boat looks really empty at this point, so eventually I started to figure out that I should probably build some extra. So I had to go to blast furnace to get myself some mithril and also some adamant bars while I was grinding it out, and went to craft myself some cool parts to get ready for upgrading my boat. Upgrading some items with mithril, building some steel cannons, upgrading everything I basically could find out to do. I upgraded my boat and went to alch my bank once more to get myself some extra gas as well. Getting some extra lead as well to shipbuilding was required at this point. Continuing with the ship upgrades, I also had a chance to build finally the teleport focus to move the boat around. I also noticed I could get myself new recruits, so I went to the desert and get myself ex-captain's yard and went back to continuing sailing to unlock some more areas completely to gain myself some fast and easy experience, and also removing markers from the map. Most of them I could just complete, but I had still some restrictions. I had to also went through a few with just using raft, and then I just decided I should try out more salvaging after this. Previously I had been salvaging some small salvage, and heading south from the Great Conch I could find myself the next salvaging spot I haven't done. This is quite slow and a little bit boring activity to do, and at this point I only had the salvaging hook, so I had to just collect them to my store box and then head towards the Great Conch salvaging station to see what loot the salvage contains. At this point I didn't yet have the salvaging station, and I was just figuring out what to do with this activity anyways. So I filled up my crate, went to see the salvage loot, and noticed there's quite a lot of bankable, valuable Hulk loot. This means it's probably a decent money maker, but went to get myself the salvaging station as well. Having the semantics from the smaller island, I could finally build one for myself, and I also upgraded my salvaging hooks to mithril ones, which were the highest level I could currently do. After a moment of salvaging after this, I finally hit myself 57 sailing as well. This means I'm closing up towards the 60, and once again this would mean base 60 levels, which would be really nice upgrade. Finally I got myself Sailor's Amulet as a collection log and teleport amulet. And just a moment longer I got myself also Broken Compass, which was the unique item you can get from this large salvage. At the end I had a total of 1009 large salvage done, providing me quite a lot with some seeds, some cannonballs, the Sailor's Amulet, and quite a few rings to Alk if I would have done that, but unfortunately I didn't do that too much. At 57 sailing I also could do the weather station sub-quests of sailing, so I went towards doing some of those as well. So I started going through the weather station sub-quests around the areas nearby, until I finally hit a wall going towards the Temporous Cove. There was an issue where I needed to also get myself a better sails for my boat, because the storm was damaging those. So this meant I should once again get myself something else to do or improve my boat. I had no idea yet how to really improve those, so I had to go plant some seeds, get myself some extra hemp, and went to continue for a small salvage, which was another collection log requirement to complete audit. I got myself an boat bottle as a collection log quite fast, which is not too rare item either, and going through a few more clue scrolls. Meanwhile, I didn't unfortunately get anything too interesting. After my hemp was grown, I went to harvest it, went to create some hemp rope and hemp and linen out of it eventually. This is required for improving my sails, so this is really necessary to complete the salvaging activity eventually anyways. After this, I returned go towards the small salvaging, and it was slowly looking like it's gonna take a while since I didn't get quite lucky with this one yet. So it's time to end this episode and let's continue next time. We got quite a lot of advance in the collection log this episode, even though it wasn't too expensive or special. It's progress anyways. Thanks for joining. See ya.